Hey everybody, in today's video I'm going to show you how to set and use the alarms on your Casio ProTrek PRG-600 watch. This is module 5497 from Casio, so it should work for any of the 5497 watches. A couple of things: this watch has 5 different alarms that you can choose to use. You can use any one of them or you can use none of them, and it also has an hourly chime option. There's no way to adjust the silence or the amount of time that each alarm goes off. Any alarm you set will go off for 10 seconds. After 10 seconds, it will stop. So as with most things on this watch, you're going to start by pressing the mode button. It's going to be the bottom left button. You've got a little sub-dial up here that will show you which mode you are currently in. My sub-dial is pointing straight up. That tells me that I'm in the time mode. The only exception to that is you've got a compass button and you've got an altimeter button. Everything else will be accessed through the mode button. Let's go ahead and let's press it a few times. You'll notice the first time we press it takes us to the barometer mode. Again, temperature mode, so on and so forth. Eventually, you will get to a mode that says alarm. Now, when you get to this, you'll notice that mine said AL1, and then it automatically showed me a time. What it's showing you here is for alarm number 1, here's the time for that alarm and the status for the alarm. In my case, the status for alarm number 1 is off. I can use either the top right button or the bottom right button to move through my different alarms. So SIG is going to be the hourly chime or hourly signal, alarm 5, alarm 4, alarm 3, and then again if I press this it just goes the opposite direction. Whichever alarm you want to adjust, let's go ahead and just choose alarm number 1. You're going to want to land on that value, and then you've got a couple of different options. If you like the time, for example, if I want to keep the alarm at 11:59, and I just want to turn it on, all I would have to do is press the top left button and you'll see that the alarm is now on. You'll also see there's a little, hopefully you can see that, there's a ALM indicator here. No matter which mode or screen you are in, it will show you that you have one of your alarms turned on. You want to turn it off, you'll simply toggle that off. That's going to be true for any of the alarms. So if I go to alarm number 2 and press the top left button, I can turn it on or off. So as I mentioned before, let's go to alarm number 1. Now, what if we want to adjust the time? While you're on the alarm that you want to adjust, we are going to unscrew the crown by turning it towards us. You'll feel the crown pop out once you've successfully unscrewed it, and then we need to pull out the crown. Once we pull it out, you will see the time of the given alarm start blinking. The other thing is, by default, it will turn on the alarm for you. Now, if we need to adjust it, all we're going to do is turn the crown. And you can see that it's adjusting my minutes. If I press the mode button, it will take me to my hours. So let's go ahead. Now, be careful here. You can see that I've got an AM and PM indicator, but that's because I'm showing my time in 12-hour format. If you're showing your time in 24-hour format, you will not see the AM PM indicator. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set my alarm. Let's set it for 6. Again, I can press the bottom left button, the mode button, to go back to my minutes. Let's set it for 6 o'clock. Well, let's just to make it easy, let's set it for 6:30. Once you've got your alarm time set, you're going to press the crown in to confirm it, and now we've successfully adjusted the time for alarm number 1. If I'm done, I can screw my crown back in. You always want to make sure you screw that crown back in. If you leave it out, you can allow moisture to get in the watch. We don't want to do that. So I'm going to press the crown and I'm going to turn it away from me so that it threads back in. Pretty simple stuff. We would do the same thing for any other alarm. So I've got alarm 1 set for 6:30. If I needed to adjust alarm number 2, I would move to alarm number 2, do the same thing. Pull the crown out, set the time for alarm number 2, continue that for up to 5 different alarms. The other thing I'll mention is the hourly chime, just since I just saw that. Hourly chime has no options. The only option you've really got is if you press the top left button, you can turn it on or you can turn it off. You'll notice when I turn it on, there's also an indicator up here that says signal. It tells you that you've got your hourly chime turned on, and that will stay on no matter what mode you're in. You'll notice I'm back in time mode. I can see that I've got an alarm on and I've got my hourly signal turned on. Again, if you want to turn that alarm off, we'll want to go back to our alarm mode. I can turn the hourly signal off by pressing the top left button. If I want to turn my alarm off, I have to figure out which alarm is it that's on. It's not 5, that's off. 4 is off. 3 is off. 2 is off. 1 is on. You can simply toggle that off. Pretty simple stuff. It works pretty similar to other Casio watches. Once you're done, you can stay in the alarm mode if you want to, just to be able to see your alarm time. You can always press and hold the mode button to go back to your time mode, or you can simply press the mode button to go to whatever mode you want to. I'm going to press and hold, and it'll take you back to your regular timekeeping mode. That is how we use the alarms and hourly chime on our Casio ProTrack PRG-600 watch. I hope the video helps.